Hello,
Okay, so
casual cat viewers.
3, 2, 1, we're live.
We're live on Twitch. We're live when you
Oh,
were
well, the
playing your
the
camera
video
off.
is up. I just turned the audio on, but
Oh,
um,
casual cats viewers, welcome
welcome
again,
to the.
again to whatever this place is. Place where you come. You come here
You come to
with
come.
problems. You might
Yeah.
come to come. That might be one of the problems. You're all blocked up. And you need just like a palate cleanser,
Yeah.
you know, where you get the old the session on,
Yeah.
um, and then you leave with maybe more problems than you came here with. But Shadow,
Yeah.
as soon as we
That's
start, as soon as we start, this is my pupper Shiloh.
introduce the
Thank you,
mascot of
Spad.
Casual Cat, Shiloh.
Yeah,
Shiloh,
it would
the good and bad boy.
it would be Graham, but Shiloh's too
That's true. Yeah.
he's too territory. Hey, hey, down.
Yes. On this episode, everyone, what we're going to be
Hey,
talking about
hey.
initially is so we do these on location podcasts where we go out into the actual world and we just record a podcast. So we went out off a bar we visit occasionally, and we recorded one last night, and we kind of touched on this topic. But Alex Jones getting hit with $1 billion fine for the Sandy Hook comments that he made. The
One
messy man.
dollar B.
One Billy. So I got a guy to hit with a fucking big Billy. Got that billion, right? That's what they're gonna take him down, assassinate him with that fucking Billy. Um, Unprecedented amount of money, And honestly, we learned about this last night while we were playing WoW, and and just thinking about it more today, it's more and more ridiculous the more I think about it. Even though last night in our on location podcast we kind of broke down how we could potentially make sense, it's just it's just so excessive. I don't know.
Yeah, Phil DeFranco actually covered it yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was today's episode, I think. So, and he did a series of clips taken from Jones where it showed actually the evolution of his statements on Sandy Hook. So he started out believing that people died, but it was like a setup and that the globalists would kill children and all this other things. And then he moved into this talk of like, oh, I don't think anyone died in Sandy Hook. And then it's that's where we get into like the thing, but it was
Mm,
over a time. So what we were saying last night is that perhaps if he is in some way in his mind thinking like, oh, the crazy conspiracy side of me is like a character that I'm doing, maybe he got wound up into this like idea where um like, oh, everyone's not taking me too seriously anyway, so I just say whatever fuck we want. And then
right.
just I don't know if it counts as a slip up because I mean he sticks with the narrative and starts calling out like specific people and stuff with the father who went from laughing to crying apparently or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, he Jones breaking records, just breaking records,
Stirred the pot. Stirred the wrong
Philly
pot.
records.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like it's fine to have these theories, but it was. It's just like it was one of those no things to touch. I think, and that he could offhand say he believes some school shootings have been rigged, but like to specifically go after one as it's happening, and then on air speak with such conviction that it's fake. It's like, man. Anyway, it's a consequence of I think he got too confident in. I just got my webcam. There we go. He got too confident maybe in the character. Like he would go on these fucking rants on the Infowars, and I remember them because like some of them early on. This is probably around a little bit before when like the frogs were gay. The frog gay comment, like they're putting chemicals in the water, turn the friggin' frogs gay. And I would listen to these broadcasts of his when I was in university because like I'd have night classes and just through the day I'd be like getting a bath. I'd just put Infowars on live, and it's just he would just he was a nut. Like he would just make ramble about all this shit, and he'd wind himself up to the point he'd be like screaming, red faced about the globalists, and he gets so frustrated how nobody's paying attention to it. And yeah, anyway, it just got to the point where I don't, well, 2012, I guess, right? So 2012 is when the Sandy Hook thing happened. So I would have been listening to him now. I think we mentioned last night, I don't think I was watching it happen like live when he was making the comments, but I watched it the same day, like later, like the recap. And I remember thinking like, oh fuck, because yeah, this would have been when I went back to university. I would have been 22. And yeah, I just remember thinking like, God damn it, like this is just so inappropriate. But never thinking that it would get to this point where literally a decade later he'd be fined $1 billion for saying those things. You just gotta fucking be careful what you say. You can't slip up.
Nope.
You can't slip up. She's slippery out there now. You say the wrong fucking thing and it offends enough people and hurts them, then they can come back and they can literally just financially castrate you. So, yeah, it's the consequence of being a cult leader, I guess, which he kind of is a little bit. He is a bit of a cult leader with his InfoWars group, his avid listeners that are convinced that the globalists are out to get everybody. And like, it's the tragedy that literally they are. Literally, there are a group of globalist scum-like people that are these eugenicists. I think there's too many people on the planet. And, you know, whether they're actively engaged in eliminating people through like, I don't like, they think they vaccines and stuff. I don't know. I think probably more likely they just think there are too many people and they're trying to think of like how to deal with that problem. And they don't like poor people. And, you know, like that is a reality. And those scumbag humans exist, like Bill Gates. I mean, I'm not going to, you can't say that Bill Gates is directly involved with like vaccinating people and killing them. But he is a scumbag piece of shit. Like he's been buying up land, farmland all over the US with the intention of trying to like put like small, whatever they call it, like just like hobby farms out of business essentially. Cause he thinks that the cows are creating too much fucking CO2, right? From all the crap. And so people shouldn't be allowed to have meat. They got to eat Beyond Meat burgers, which is fucking garbage food. Like if you look at the ingredient list in a Beyond Meat burger, like good fucking luck trying to digest that. Like it's just absolute nonsense. So those people are out there and they are scumbags and, you know, they are kind of openly, but it's like, it's Alex just kind of did a disservice to that whole thing. He did a disservice to his general message by this. And, you know, it's kind of, unfortunately, it's been fuel to the fire to discredit people who talk about things like these, even relevant to things he talks about. His popular line being about fighting the globalists, which we absolutely should be. Not that, you know, we don't want to live in like a more global society and like that'll be great, but there are people out there with bad intentions and they are using globalization as one way to try and pull power away from individual, you know, countries like the US. But anyway, yeah, it's I don't know. It's it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And he I'm just curious if he's gonna go down with the ship as it sinks. But
well, that's something we can ask the cards, you know.
Oh yes. Yes, I forgot about this. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do, everybody, is we're gonna ask the fates, right? So we're gonna ask the fates, what is Alex Jones' fate? That's the first thing we'll ask. We'll see what will be the fate of Alex Jones after this hearing, and we'll see what the spirit world has to say, communicating through tarot cards.
What will be the fate of Alex Jones?
I'm gonna predict something really sad. I don't know. Great sadness.
Well, it's the Ten of Swords. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, the card depicts a buffalo stabbed with 9 swords with the 10th stabbed through its eyes. I wonder if we can get really close to that.
Go up a little bit, yeah. Up a little bit more. Up. Oh, there we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Is that maybe that's Alex Jones after he drinks all the alpha male, super male vitality formula in his in his warehouse. He's gonna evolve.
Um. So, Ten of Swords. Da-da-da. Ruin rock bottom melodrama.
No.
We're gonna have to
No.
stop for a second, okay? We're gonna have to stop for a second,
No.
okay? These things have been so accurate since we fucking got them. It's literally creeped me out right now. I'm creeped out by this.
What the fuck are the chances of that?
And
Oh my god. Well, this is with
I'll tell you the chances of them. You count out. So I have the major and minor arcana in this deck right now. So that's both decks, and it's a 1 card on a left-hand card that you just and when the Ten of Swords appears, you finally hit rock bottom. You've let others walk all over you while you play the victim. Is it possible that you love the backstabbing and drama too much to move forward without it? If not for drama, what would you focus on? It's time to find out. So it's what is Alex Jones gonna become? I don't know. We're gonna find out what he is underneath all of the drama.
Statistically, what are the fucking chances? How many cards are in that deck?
Let me see if it says in the book, so I don't have to count that. I think it's 52 in each. So
oh man, that's maybe on par. We did one for anyone that doesn't know. We did one like we were memeing about like the whole Michelle Obama being like actually or what was one time a man, and we got what was it the 2 of Wands or something with like Barry Obama and Michael Obama get the 2 of Wands. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, we asked about her, and that's the response we got. And then we got rock bottom with Alex Jones. Like, that is...
All right. It's 1 in 84 is the draw chance that I would draw that card. So there's 84 cards in this deck, so it's 1 in 84, and then you have shuffling, which is just like... I shuffled it before, and... Next question. Next question.
Well, that's a good question. Well, here, I mean,
power's in our hands right now.
Fuck. Well, before we segue into the next question, let's just maybe elaborate a little bit on maybe like, how is this possible? Because I actually was watching. I mean, this could be our next question. Can maybe segue into nuclear war, but I was watching these psychics, and I think it was one of the psychics that predicted the Queen's death or something. They used tarot cards as well. And it's a weird medium because people are thinking like, oh, the power's in the cards. The power's not in the cards. I think what you're playing with is fate to some degree. And maybe with my theory of everything, the other side, which I think there is another side, is using that as a way to communicate. So they're using the chance or chances and statistical chances of things happening with this deck of cards, and they're maybe having an effect through the deck of cards, through the way the cards are placed. So again, like when you're shuffling those cards, you think this is a random act you're engaging in. It may not be a random act with the intention of getting that card specifically. Now, this may also be something that we as creatures are doing that we're not quite aware of. There may be some part of our superconscious mind that we have that we're not aware of that is engaged with, like, we want an answer to something. It will use the card, but you'd have to be pretty knowledgeable, I would think, on the cards themselves. But anyway, that's maybe one woo explanation as to like why tarot cards sometimes pull out strange answers like that you're using chance, but you're not using chance. Something on the other side of everything is using chance here to try and communicate a message to you. So,
I feel like, so I'm reading this right here. It's just Google's like selected blurb from insider.com, I guess. So it's like tarot cards readings help a person understand what he or she needs to know about a particular situation. Decks are best used as tools, inner wisdom and guidance, as readings give a person insight to the past, current. So like, I guess I misread that, but I was Googling like, why do they work? It's got to be just pulling like what is possibly available. It's almost like, yeah, like a creative guidance tool, but in this situation we're creating like potential resolutions of whatever like we're asking, right? So it's like we're
Mm.
asking Jones, and then of course, but the fact that we draw ruin, like holy fuck, that's just,
Mm.
I don't know, because any other card and it's just so crazy.
There's probably.
Like,
I mean,
it's
again,
almost like we would
yeah.
we would rationalize away drawing ruin for something that we didn't see was
Mm.
going to fall into ruin or whatever. So if it's like, I guess anything can really fall into ruin, but I don't know. So
Well,
it is
the
very fitting, and of course we're gonna like latch onto that as like, oh my god, it's so spiritual, but yeah, fuck the odds, man,
it's a
the fucking
it's
odds.
1 in 52, but it's more than that because you got all the different
88.
combinations. Oh, it's
The
88 cards.
one in 88
Okay,
cards, yeah.
but then you've got like the statistics of like the randomness involved with the deck. It's probably way higher than that. The chances of that, it's probably very very low. Let's try. We'll ask the cards another question. So let's ask the cards. I guess does it need to be? It doesn't need to be too specific though, because we just asked about Alex Jones. Let's ask the cards about nuclear war, about Putin creating a nuclear war or starting a nuclear war with his actions.
We can. Um, yeah, we can ask. It can't be like a yes or no. It has to be. Uh,
Okay, here let's just ask about Vladimir Putin, and we'll see what comes up.
we could say the Ukraine Russia conflict. Like, what's gonna, like, what do we need to consider about the or something like that, or the future of the Ukraine Russia conflict? I guess the
Okay.
Russia world conflict. The current, what would be the best way to do it? Like, the what's going to be the result of the current conflict between Ukraine and Russia? That's probably kind of what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Because like we're wondering if there's going to be, everyone's wondering if fucking bombs are going to go up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is going to happen between the am I shuffling these on screen? I don't know how to do sleight of hand, so just now after that first draw, I'm gonna be like, so I just do this because of the meme. So we do this. Oh, this is a bad thing to do. Okay. The top card is the Father of Wands. So it is a cobra wrapped around a wand.
Very nice.
The father
So
card.
what does it mean in regards to the Russia-Ukraine conflict?
So its namesake is charming and adventurous. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the Son of Wands. I was gonna like, oh, there's nothing there.
The father.
Okay, so Father of Wands is charismatic and creative. I would say Elon, but I don't know, is he charismatic? Who could be the father? So he's a man of mystique and charisma, whoever he is. Others are drawn to him naturally, and he welcomes them with an open and loving heart. Usually you'll find him involved in the healing arts as he's deeply compassionate and in tune with life and nature. He is able to hold steady and still during conflict.
I asked him about Vladimir Putin, so before.
Mm,
Now, is he in
so
the healing arts and compassionate, dropping bombs on fucking kids in Ukraine?
fucking firing rockets into fucking like that seems so. So maybe there's going to be someone who overtakes Putin. The charismatic, creative Father of Wands is going to come in, hold steady during this conflict, or is it the Ukrainian guy? What's his name? Commando Ukraine.
Zelensky, I think, yeah.
Zelensky.
Yeah. Well, maybe draw another one. We'll see what comes
Mystique.
up. We'll see what further interpretation we can gather from this.
So we get death. Again, Now we're drawing death.
So we could have hold on. So we could have got Vladimir Putin, which although he's not a healing guy, was dealing with conflict. And then in regards to a nuclear war going off, now we've got death. So let's read about that, I guess. Like
that's pretty negative. Right side of that card. The tower. What number is he? So it's closure and transformation. Yeah. Terraforming the whole fucking
planet.
side of whole left side or whole right side, east side of Europe. No one loves the sight of the death card in a reading. We spend most of our lives denying death altogether. So when this card appears, it's easy to get frightened or think it's bad. Don't let the drama distract you from the message. Something in your life needs to end. It needs closure. This will happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Either way, you will feel a positive transformation begin after the initial forms of suffering have passed. Ugh. Oh, yeah? So, what's going to happen is the thing that in our life that needs to change is we're going to have to stop relying on fucking gas to get ourselves around because Putin's going to turn that shit right the fuck off. And so we're going to have to stop relying on cars. That needs to end. So we're going to have to all either work online or do the hobby farm thing, which we just talked about. That's kind of hard to do with the emissions now. No one can have cow. So, chickens and lettuce.
We can use those like scooter board things. You've seen those things? It's just like one ball. People
Segways or whatever. Or,
no, it's just like it's like one wheel and they stand on it and people can put chairs on it and stuff. It balances itself. It's kind of like a new Segway. Yeah. That's how we'll get around.
That'd be cool.
And they'll move at like highway speeds though. Like they'll move at like 60 kilometers an hour, 60 miles per hour. That could be it. Be an option. Well, okay, so we got all right. So those are two interesting ones. What questions would you like to ask the cards? I guess, or can you ask the cards?
Questions that I can ask the cards. I only really ask things about like. Sometimes I'll ask like. I'll do one before like I did one before the Dungeon Master stream. Sometimes I'll do one before stream. Asked about asked about personal stuff, but we're getting a car, and you had mentioned that there were some car thefts going on, or car thefts going on. So I'll ask, what's gonna happen with this new car that we're buying? Left hand, basically left hand. So we get Temperance. It's a crane with dripping memes or whatever.
Get some drip on them, yeah.
Some drip on the memes. With this new car that we're getting, it's an RVR. This is right here. I have a feeling just for I know what this is. I already know what it's gonna read for me. It's gonna read, you piece of shit, you gotta take care of this one because they're expensive. You let it rust out like the one you got right now. You fucking it's just gonna like verbatim like Lakey, listen, you can't have this thing rust out. Healing and renewal. The great blue heron comes remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be a moderator, much like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice self-restraint and moderation. Now you'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. So I guess that also tells me I need to get like steady income.
and come.
Boring.
Here, let's ask a spicy one. Let's ask a spicy Jim Russell special one.
Okay.
Is Nibiru real?
Is Nibiru real?
Is Planet X real?
Okay, so that's a yes or no. So
well,
what does Jim need to know about Nibiru?
Is it going to kill us all in this decade?
Okay. Will we see?
Will we see Nibiru in this decade?
How should we concern ourselves with the existence or non-existence of Nibiru in our lives?
There you go.
Maybe that would give us something to go for. We gotta split this bad boy up. How
Let the
should
fates
we?
decide.
Nine of Swords. It is a funky looking boy.
Wait, hold on. What is that?
It's
Magnus?
I think it's like a cornucopia of like it looks like a jaw and worms and there's two eyeballs.
Okay. What does it say? For anyone in the chat watching, listen, we're doing tarot card readings.
Uh-oh.
Put your reading
no.
in the chat. We'll do it for you.
Oh no.
What?
Dark visions and anguish. Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Extremely dark card. The Nine of Swords reveals the deepest shadows of the self. It indicates insomnia, nightmares, and worries in the midnight hour. Often these states are accompanied by guilt, despair, or even depression. You'll be battling with yourself, so turn to others for help. Find joy and reach out. So, I mean, I guess that's a good cautionary card for, I guess, anyone who anyone who's connecting dots that Nibiru would come around in the lifetime. That makes a lot of sense.
Let go of it, I guess. Move on. Is that what it's saying? Yeah. Wisdom.
Well, the question that was asked was like, what should we like? How should we caution ourselves against it or whatever? So, or how should we? I forget exactly how I phrased it now, but yeah. Anyways, they'll get it. They'll get it on Spotify, and maybe I am not a licensed tarot reader. I am just a journeyman in this,
amateur,
or not even journeyman, just a beginner or novice. Yeah.
Galen's in here. At which is it that you most can't the least?
That's a good one.
Yeah, we asked Galen the first time around about Alex Jones, and we got a card that what was it? It was about ruin.
Which is it that you most can't the least? So we've got the Three of Wands.
And
the Three of Wands states that envisioning the future. You most can't the least. The Three of Wands indicates that you've had continued support from others, perhaps from your parents and or two good friends, which their help or with their help you formed a sense of self in your values and morals. But now it's time to rely on yourself for guidance. Clarify your goals and cast others' needs and opinions aside. The future is infinite and it's yours. No one else can see through its layers of light and shadow. That is when it is that you most can't the least. While envisioning the future.
The cards have spoken. Cards have spoken. What else should the cards speak to? We've been getting some good ones. I don't fucking know. I think the spirits are with us here this evening.
The spirits around.
My God, what's another one that we can? I see, but like phrasing the questions is what I'm not good at. I'm asking for yes or no answers, which is always what I do. But should we just ask it? Oh, will be something. Let's ask it about Roswell, the Roswell incident in 1947. Let's see what comes up. Do you think that's something we could ask it about?
Yeah. So what should we consider when? What do we need to know about Roswell? What's the truth that we need to know about Roswell? I should be shuffling when I have that in hand because that's I guess how that works. What's the truth we need to know about Roswell? Roswell's the aliens that
the crash in 1947. Yeah, New Mexico.
Two of Cups. Two Chalices with Roses. Ace of Cups. Connection, love, romance. Say hello to the much adored Two of Cups. When this card appears, you can anticipate a new love to be heading your way. And yes, this usually means romance, but sometimes it points to the birth of a dear and lasting friendship. Either way, the connection between you will be pure, honest, and solid. Open your heart and get ready. So
the cards didn't hit that time.
but no, they said we need to bang the aliens.
Is that what we're saying?
They say humans are so bored banging each other that, that we just need to bang the aliens.
We need to get some of that A bussy.
What happens on the lowest floors of the
Dulce,
the Dulce-based installation regarding the aliens and humans. Lowest floors. What happened regarding aliens and humans in the Dulce-based installation? What happened?
Yeah, see, these are good. No, these aren't yes and no questions. These are good ones. This is what the cards need. Maybe the fates will provide us a proper answer for this one.
That's the card that I would have pulled, though. That's the one that fell off the top of this. So,
Yeah.
So it's the Four of Pentacles. It's Pentacles flipped all around there, or whatever. Four of Pentacles. Pentacles in the back, I think. 3, 4. Okay, so possession and control. Oh, wow. Four of Pentacles first suggests material gain and stability. Only good news for your bank account and home. Yet underneath the surface, this card is a warning. Do not become possessive or controlling. Holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept. So, someone became possessive, or there was the chance that they were to become possessive of a new wealth, or material stability, which I don't know much about the Dulce base, but is that the acquisition of alien technologies?
No, it was on the bottom floors. There were like reptilians and other alien races openly working with humans, and it was on like the border of like native reserves, and the natives would go up to like the events, which come up on their land, and they would hear screams and stuff, suspecting that maybe the aliens are experimenting on humans that they've abducted and brought down there, and the military abducted and brought down there. So it's a dark place is what it's theorized to be. So
yeah, so the warning it comes with is do not be possessive or controlling. So I guess maybe that was one of the things that they found out in the basement, that they were not able to possess or control the aliens there. Okay.
Interesting.
Heavy stuff, guys. Heavy stuff in this world.
It is.
That ruined one. That fucking first pull on that Jonesy. Oh my fuck.
Yeah, that was very strange though. The coincidence involved with that, like, that was one of the ones. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well, it's like, where did tarot cards originate from though? Like, what are the history? We should look into this. Like, what? Like, how did they come to be exactly? Like, not again with the theory I proposed. Like, they had nothing to do with the cards themselves. It's just a medium to communicate through. But used from at least the 15th century in various parts of Europe to play card games. Their Italian roots. Tarot spread to most Europe, belonging to family games. Trump.
There's like says here there was costumed figures who participated in carnival parades. That's what they were inspired by, I guess.
Okay. This is interesting. Italia was the first to issue a tarot card deck specifically designed for occult purposes around 1789. In keeping with the unsubstantiated belief that such cards were derived from the Book of Thoth. Italia's cards contain themes related to ancient Egypt. So the Book of Thoth is, for people that don't know, I'll read the description here briefly. It's a name given to many ancient Egyptian texts supposed to have been written by Thoth, the Egyptian god of writing and knowledge. They included texts that were claimed to exist by ancient authors, a magical book that appears in Egyptian work of fiction. So the Book of Thoth is supposedly an emerald tablet or collection of tablets carved in emerald, precious stone, containing, well, it's kind of up, no one's ever found them, but they supposedly have ancient history kind of alluding to an advanced ancient civilization. So yeah, that was a meme. I learned of that not too long ago, actually, because I mean I'd oft heard of the Book of Thoth over the years through like the Woo, like Atlantis people and shit. But it came up recently in that it was a kind of a big meme in that time period, like from the 1700s, 1900s. It was a popular thing. There was a group called the Theosophists, which were intellectuals in the early 1900s that got together, and they kind of pioneered the whole like psychic phenomena, the Woo phenomena, in the Western world. They brought it over. A lot of it was kind of more Eastern stuff, and they brought it over into the Western world. They were kind of like they were like your first foundational psychics, but they were like quite legitimate people. Like some of these Theosophists were like U.S. presidents and people like pretty high up in like key industries and stuff. So and I think they kind of went underground after a while. I think like they're not around anymore, I don't think, in any like big capacity. But that's interesting that the cards are rumored to have come from the Book of Thoth. Thoth, of course, being an Egyptian god, of course, the pantheon of gods from the ancient alien perspective. They came from elsewhere. Like they physically came from elsewhere. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Lumber is a deck, term magic or arcana. Interesting. Yeah, no, it's Aleister Crowley, who devised the Thoth deck along with Lady Frida Harris, stated of the tarot, the origin of this pack of cards is very obscure. Interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. I always like the Egyptian myths. It's just shame there's not. It's not like really concrete as to like how it progressed and shit. Because of like I guess like how long it fucking ruled. We started to do like a copying Christianity thing or whatever with Osiris, was it? It's Osiris, right? No, Horus. I think Horus. Okay. Like he was like it started as like a pantheon of like multiple gods and stuff, and then at some point they moved to a sort of like I think it was Horus as the main god. I was looking it up for a D&D thing at one point.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm just reading about this further. Yeah. No, they're all the woo out there and the ways that people use it. But I was reading up Aleister Crowley, actually, which he was mentioned there, and it was interesting. He had actually communicated, apparently, he claimed, when was this? This was back in the that would have been the early 1900s in the US. In December, he moved to New Orleans. He, through the rituals, which Crowley called the Amalantra workings, he believed that they were contacted by a preternatural entity named Lamb, and it's this big-headed, like gray alien-looking thing. The relationship soon ended. Interesting that he had claimed to have contacted extraterrestrials, I guess. But yeah. What the fuck? For Crowley, sex was treated as a sacrament, with the consumption of sexual fluids interpreted as a Eucharist. This was often manifested as the cakes of light, a biscuit containing either menstrual blood or a mixture of semen and vaginal fluids. Oh my god, he got all these fucking people eating cum cakes. Jesus Christ. Do you know about Aleister Crowley? You've heard of him before, right?
I've heard of him. I don't know much about him now.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to find it here where they, like, Horus became the main. I think it was Horus, fifth gnome god of Egypt. Yeah, I don't know. I had read at some point they went from polytheistic to a sort. It was still polytheistic, but like Horus was like the main worshipped god.
And sorry, in regards to what?
Golden Horus, here we go. So Horus gradually took on the nature as both the son of Osiris and Osiris himself. He was referred to as Golden Horus Osiris in the temple of Didra. He is given the full royalty titulary of both that of Horus and Osiris. He was sometimes believed to be both the father of himself as well as his own son, and then some later accounts have Osiris being brought back to life by Isis. I remember that on the Zeitgeist. That was one of their memes that they pointed to, where it was just like the resurrection was just copying the sort of resurrection and disciples and all that. I think yeah, I think that might have been manifested. I'm not really sure. I'm not like I don't have any authority on the subject. I just was looking into it for a little game I like to play called Dungeons and Dragons. But
yes, sir. There's only been 11 episodes. No, this is season 2. 11 episodes. This is season 2. Krendel. So this is season 2, episode 11. There's been, I don't even fucking know. Well, there's been like 30 fucking episodes. We lost like 10 of them from the first season. But yeah, essentially. That's essentially it. Yes, well. Should we do a tarot card reading for Brendan?
Yeah, Krendel, what question would you like to ask the tarot cards? They're scary accurate today, so be careful with your words.
There. If he doesn't ask a question, we'll just have to do one for him. We'll just pull a card and see what it says in his name. Let's just do that, maybe.
Type it out.
Let's hear it, lad.
Don't know if we're gonna get it.
No, well, let's just pull one and see what it says. We'll just continue the card readings. I think that's what we'll have to do.
Oh, I've already got this one today, but it's the what is it? Visions of the Future one. Same one we got when Galen asked.
Oh, okay.
The Three of Wands. So, whatever question you were thinking of, Krendel, Envisioning the future is the card that you drew. The Three of Wands indicates you've had continued support from others, perhaps your parents or two good friends. With their help, you've found a sense of self in your values and morals, but now it's time to rely on yourself for guidance. Clarify your goals and cast others' needs and opinions aside. The future is infinite and it's yours. No one else can see through its layers of light and shadow. There you go.
Oh my
That's,
god.
that's a hopeful reading.
That's a good one. Maybe we'll see. Miranda, do you want to ask the tarot cards a question?
Ask the cards a question about like what or who?
About anything you want.
Mine would get pretty dark.
Let's hear. Give us a question.
Is the world gonna collapse in 2024?
She asked. Well, you can't really do yes or no questions, I guess.
No? What is it about?
You could see what will the world look like in 2024.
Yes.
So Miranda's question is, what will the world look like in the year 2024?
Oh my. Death and ruin. Holy year. What will the world look like in
Let's see what we got.
2024? I like sort of saw a card there. It's not the one I drew. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. It is a tray cut looking down upon it, observing the rings of the tree there.
Interesting.
He's down here. Father of Swords, Father of Pentacles. Wait, Ace of Pentacles, not Father of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's get back here. 4 of Pentacles, 3, 2, and Ace. Prosperous beginnings.
Prosperous beginnings. Yeah.
Prosperous beginnings, yes. In the center of even the giant redwood trees, a tiny seedling once stood. Such is the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. It's the seed that takes root, grounding you for the future. You're in the beginning phases of a prosperous venture. Stay grounded, go outside, and take time to appreciate nature. You may also find a windfall of wealth headed your way. Well, how nice.
Oh, they're all community. So we're in the beginnings of a prosperous adventure. What was it? The wealth's gonna find us soon.
Sorry, I closed the book. 1 second. So think about the tree. So it's making it like a calling to the imagery of a seed growing into a great tree, seed. Sorry, and then that is grounded for the future. So you're in the beginning phases of a prosperous venture. Stay grounded, go outside, and take time to appreciate nature. You may also find a windfall of wealth headed your way.
We may find a windfall of wealth headed our way.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, stay grounded, and the seed will become a tree.
Yeah.
Damn.
You have
There
to
you go.
appreciate nature.
Appreciate
go out-
nature.
You go outside and take time to appreciate nature.
Go outside and take time to appreciate nature.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good one. There you fucking go.
So in 2024. So maybe that
In
means the nuke's
2024.
going to hit in 2025.
Well,
and
yeah,
it's like just
yeah. So
taking it now.
3 years for the nukes, then, yeah.
Oh, I get stitch.
Yes, fucking sir. Yes, sir.
What's one we could ask here? We already asked about Jones.
Whoa, how about Joe Biden?
Joe
Say,
Biden.
what's up with Uncle Joe?
Back in. Okay. What do we need to know today about Uncle Joe Biden here? The Emperor.
The Emperor. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Major Arcana.
Okay.
It's a big tree.
All right. That's kind of fucking trippy, actually.
So protection, stability, and the father. The Emperor is the father. He's the Tarot's perfect counterpart to the Empress. He represents the side of you that's positive, decisive, and truly stable. He brings clarity of mind, and this in turn leads to actions or decisions.
He brings clarity of mind. Okay.
Sometimes this card is literal and
No.
points to a paternal relationship in your life, and other times it suggests reconnecting with the part of you that stands strong and tall and knows what to do. With help from the sun, the Emperor can see for miles and miles. Fucking
This is the same guy who said that poor kids are just as smart as white kids, right? Fucking. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, that's it. Well, the emperor was that was kind of spot on. That's kind of fucking trippy because like the president, but then the rest of that was complete, yeah, completely unrelated, other than like a father-son relationship he might have had at one point. But
yeah. Well, I mean, there is. I mean, if we want to get to, not that I subscribe to the fucking to those Proud Boys or whatever, but like you got in there, it says it also sometimes suggests. Where was it? What was it called again? The Emperor.
the emperor, yeah.
At other times, it suggests reconnecting with the part of you that stands strong and tall and knows just what to do. So it's like, is that reinstating Trump? Is that could
Oh,
that be what it is?
maybe, yeah.
Not
Trump's gonna
to
come back.
not to make any calls on that, but without from the sun, the Emperor can see for miles and miles. I don't know. Some woo injection there. Oh, this chair's too comfortable. It's giving me stitches.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like my spiritual energy is being drained.
Yeah, I don't know. Feel
I
free.
had some moose meat earlier in like the week or like 2 weeks ago or whatever. We still got some in the fridge, but it's like really, really, really good. And I just when I ate it, I felt like the spirit of the moose. I wasn't like endowed with the spirit of the moose, and it's like I
Yeah.
could feel like either like my ki rising or something, like my chakras were like
Mm.
going off or something. Um,
Fuck yeah.
fucking
Yeah. Is
good
it
stuff.
is it
Interesting.
like ground beef or like just smooth steaks and shit? Like
We got both. So,
Oh.
but I ate the beef at that point. Then we ate the steaks later. But
oh.
yeah, it's good. It's like it's beef, but just with like a little bit of gaminess. It's not bad at all. It's not very different at all. Like what was something that I tried that I was like, what the yeah, when I first tried duck, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Well,
Hi,
it's duck.
hi,
It's really gamey.
hi, Chaley Atwood. Hello, how are you guys? Good. How do you say your name? Is it Chaley or Kaylee? It's probably Kaylee. Yeah. We're doing tarot card readings. So if you want to ask the tarot card something, we'll give you a reading. That's the meme on this episode. If you're not a bot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Stitch.
It's all that moose meat. The moose meat.
Oh, I know what. Okay, so what's Monster Hunter 2 gonna be like?
Oh god.
What Monster Hunter World 2? What can we expect?
Shaylee. Okay, there we go.
Hello, Shaylee. Gonna do a quick gaming one here. What do we expect out of Monster Hunter World 2? Or what should we expect, rather? Mother of Pentacles. Mother of Pentacles states. Sword.
Interesting.
Domestic, loving, patient. The Mother of Pentacles excels in the home. She knows exactly what to do while raising a family and tending to the tasks of daily life. There's potential for her identity to become wrapped entirely around her children and home, which leaves her needy and attached. This is the cause of most of her turmoil. She often has qualities of a healer and is very connected to nature. So when I see that she becomes entirely attached to, or needy and attached to the children, and that's the cause of most of her turmoil. I think that the uphearted, um, or like lighthearted nature in which they market the Monster Hunter games has always been a point of contention for us, in that like we think they're spending a little too much time on like the cats and the dogs and all the little haha who funny cute stuff, less time on really like um and well they do a lot. I always want to give them the props. They do a lot of like quality of life improvements, and they're always like, stepping up the game to play better and stuff, but we're not seeing like um there's no leaps of faith that, I guess, in with Rise they took a little bit of a leap of faith, a little bit of a fail though, because of I guess COVID and rampages and such. But so when I see the focus on the attachment and needy attachment to the children, I worry that this card does seem positive, that what it's telling us is expect more of that sort of design, where we're going to see less and less improvement to the way that the game plays and stuff, and more into what a veteran hunter would consider gimmicky practices of design, you know?
I don't
So,
like gamey food too much. Duck is so horrible. Shaylee.
yeah, it took me a little while to get used to the duck. I ate it because I'll eat whatever.
Yeah, I've had good duck before, but at like an expensive restaurant. I'd never tried to cook it myself. But what deck is this, Leaky? What deck are
Oh,
you
it's
using?
both combined, the major and minor arcana.
So feel free to ask the cards anything, Shaylee. We've had some pretty good polls so far. We asked it about Alex Jones
Fans.
being fined $1 billion, and what did it give us? What was the one it gave us?
We asked, what is the future of Alex
Yeah,
Jones?
what
And
is
we
the
drew the
future?
Ruin card. Or no,
Yeah.
we drew the Ten of Swords, which is like Ruin and fucking all this other stuff. It's just like,
Essentially, his life falling apart. Yeah.
yeah, it's scary. $9 billion will do that, you know? What
Yeah.
kind of duck is most intelligent and delicious? Is that a tarot card question, or just
Is it a general inquiry, Galen? Or
ducks
is that
are ducks are fucked up. I mean, if we could talk about ducks. Ducks are pretty fucked up.
yeah, don't
Fucked
they?
up
They
things.
like rape or something? Like,
They're super sexually aggressive, and the sexual they're the reproductive organs of them have evolved to best facilitate reproduction under a non consent driven basis or whatever. Rape. They have rape penises is what it is. Not to drop hard R's here, but
oh.
yeah.
So,
it's
Galen,
tarot card question.
his questions in regard to duck penis. Shaylee, I didn't like moose either. Give me a mercy. Oh, Kobe beef. I never tried Kobe beef, Shaylee, but that is my dream to have Kobe beef. Thank you for question. Yes, Tenosaurus is not a good card. What will it say in regards to ducks now? What was the question? What kind of duck is most intelligent and delicious?
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
the
Is it-
empress. So the empress. So
Okay.
I think, is that gonna mean mother ducks?
Oh no.
The one who, the one who's had the most babies, which, i.e., from what we just talked about, ducks, is the one who's been roughed around the most. Creation, nature, and the mother. The empress is the mother or the goddess of the tarot. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate and loving without biting. When this card appears, it's pointing to either a maternal relationship in your life or the side of yourself that wants to love more. The Empress also suggests it's time for you to reconnect with nature, go outside tonight and find the moon. Actually, so to answer your question, the most intelligent and delicious duck is one that you raise yourself from birth. Actually, is what we're what we're getting here. Creation.
Galen, there's your answer, bud. Get going.
You want a tasty duck? You got to raise that one from birth. You want a smart duck? You know what to do. There you go.
Fuck.
Yeah, tastiest Smartest duck is the one that you raise yourself. Which makes a lot of sense because it would be eating good food.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, like, and then it would be smart because like you would learn tricks and stuff. So, boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck, I don't know. Guys, any more questions? What can we ask Perry? What's another? Fuck, I had one and then I forgot what the question was. What we asked? Alex Jones. We did Joe Biden. We did Vladimir Putin. How about Justin Trudeau? How about old JT there?
JT.
He was getting questioned today about that emergency act he fucking initiated here in Canada. I wonder what JT's saying. Let's see what they're gonna say.
So, spirits of the Tarot help us align our thinking about JT right now. Today, let's align our thinking. What do we need to know about old JT today? That is the Seven of Pentacles. Just a bunch of pentacles along the thing is the artwork.
Interesting.
Can't get all that much out of that artwork. I don't really know, like, if that's. I mean, we'll look at it because it might, still knock some bits of information loose of whatever here. But the Seven of Pentacles is the period of contemplation. Oh, perhaps an election coming up. A curious card. The Seven of Pentacles shows a period of contemplation and uncertainty. You're looking back at all of your hard work and wondering if it has been a failure or a success.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you can't seem to decide. Shouldn't you be reaping more rewards by now, Justin? Maybe so. That's verbatim. No, maybe so, but the mind has control over perception. It's possible your rewards are waiting for you to recognize them. They are not always monetary.
Oh fuck, that's pretty good in regards to like what he did like over through COVID. Shaylee, I don't want to know my food before I eat it. I would get attached to it, and then it would just be eating my emotions or something. Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could raise and slaughter animals either. I was a vegetarian for some time, and yeah, I'd probably go back to that. Shaylee's asking, can I please have a general about how my month may be? There we go.
Okay. Oh.
The first legitimate question we've been asked.
Okay. General. Just doing one card reading for this. I think. I don't know.
Don't you do a couple though? Like when you go and sit down.
The book has a couple readings. The one card readings are kind of easy.
It's just a one shot. Yeah.
The one. Okay. Left. Shaylee's month. So you get the High Priestess. That's a cool artwork.
That's sick. White Tiger.
Your Arcana there. What's that going to be?
It's a good sign.
That's 2.
Try to sit up in my fucking chair.
So there's the card of. So the High Priestess is the card of mystery and psychic wisdom. So the High Priestess sits in stillness. From there, she's able to access realms others pass by without noticing, the vast world of intuition, dreams, and mystery. She uses silence and non-action to harness this power. Sometimes this card appears to remind you to listen more closely to the voice within. Other times, it's a sign to look past the obvious, to find what's being kept secret or hidden within a given situation. Acknowledge the shadows. Yeah, so you want to acknowledge the shadows in this month. And it sounds like you're gonna have a woo-woo month.
There you go.
There's gonna be some stuff going on, it seems. You're gonna have some access, it says. Well, the High Priestess is the month, so I guess whatever that brings. Access to realms others pass by without noticing. It's like some Narnia stuff, right?
Holy fuck, yeah.
The vast world of intuition, dreams, and mystery.
Oh, well, I think listen to your dreams, maybe. It'll be something will happen in your dreams. You'll be guided in your dreams. There's been some madness going on. There you go. There you go.
Silence and non-action to harness the power of the High Priestess, which is the ability to access realms. And the voice within. It's sometimes the card appears to remind you to listen more closely to the voice within. Other times it's a sign to look past the obvious to find what's being kept secret or hidden within a given situation. Acknowledge the shadows. Yes, Well,
Oh,
freaking,
that's good. That's a good one.
it's good. It's good to me. That's the first time I've ever drew that one actually. So that's yeah. I don't know if that makes it even more significant for this deck.
Oh, I've got one. How about we ask about um our podcast and how well it will be doing a month from now?
These ones I don't
Will it
like
be
'cause
going anywhere?
it's either going to be encouraging
Yeah.
and then we'll feel shitty if it doesn't go anywhere, or it's going to be discouraging. We'll feel shitty and and that will lead
Yeah.
to it more, but not going.
S-
But Casual Cats podcast.
Oh,
Future reading, one
Future
shot
reading.
card of Casual Cats podcast. We're gonna say 1 month.
okay. I'm gonna
What-
respond. Is this our first episode? No, we are Shaylee. This is the 11th episode of season 2. We've just recently started streaming out to different platforms like Facebook, Trovo, YouTube. We've been on Twitch. So you can find, we've got a link somewhere there to our Spotify, our Twitch is all links as well, but we've got a back catalog. We have podcasts all on Spotify. So it's like 20 episodes. So do it and don't give up. That's what we've been doing. That's what we're going to keep doing. So we'll see what card we got. What card did we get?
We got Sacrifice, Letting Go.
No, we fucking didn't. What?
It's the Hanged Man. It's upside down.
No,
I've
it's
got
not.
this one a couple times, and it's
No.
always like many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does it really mean? How do you achieve it? The Hanged Man has all the answers. He's the master of non-attachment. This card implies there's a sacrifice or difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally want to resist the struggle through it, be more like the Hanged Man. Find stillness, open your eyes, and use this new perspective to learn something. You're stuck here either way. So, I mean, the stuck here either way, this may be a thing where it's just like, it's just encouraging us to let go of this crazy idea that we
Fuck.
need to get jobs,
Yeah.
like real jobs or whatever. So we'll let that go, right? We'll sacrifice that.
There,
you know?
no. Now you're thinking. Now you've got
And,
to think.
And so
Yeah.
the whole non-attachment thing. So it's basically saying for next month the Casual Cats, I guess, don't get too attached to it. Maybe like,
Just give up.
don't get too
Yeah.
attached to this one next month. Maybe that's gonna be that might be a well. It does say there's a sacrifice or difficult or painful situation coming up. So the painful situation could be like, oh my god, it's gonna be like a winter here pretty soon. Winters are
Yeah.
notoriously a little fucking wonky around here. Gas is probably, we're looking at gas going back up to fucking 2 a dot mean. That's, you can tell what the worries in my mind are is where's this economy going? Are we gonna have a consistent fight? Are the budgets that we've made for this new goddamn car gonna hold stronger? Are we fucking, But maybe that's a painful situation.
This world is painful. Yes, Julie. Yes,
yeah.
it is. We're hoping it doesn't get
Mm.
any more fucking painful, but yeah, we have our theories on things regarding this, I guess. But
We gotta find stillness and
Yeah.
open our eyes and use the new perspective to learn something. To learn something. Learn.
to channel the woo, get deeper into the woo, embrace the tarot cards, the
the woo.
psychic readings, the what is it, lucid dreaming, the remote viewing.
Yes.
We embrace all these different ways of thinking. That all of my philosophy friends constantly chastise me about in university. But you know what? This is the way forward. Fuck those people. This is how we're going to find absolute truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Non-attachment to the opinions of others. That's-
Believe in the crystals. I don't know if I'm not quite like at the crystal stage yet, but maybe in like a year you'll see like 5 or 6 or 7 different kinds of rock hanging from my neck, and then I'll be converted. But I'm streaming on
actually,
YouTube. We are streaming on YouTube actually right now. We're streaming on YouTube, Trovo, Twitch, and Facebook all simultaneously. This is some new thing that you can do. We're trying to stream on TikTok because that's really where this is really where I think a lot of the viewership's going. But it's hard to stream on TikTok. But
I saw a really disturbing video about TikTok. And I don't even know if we want to get into it, but just ultimately it's lack of moderation or around the like sexualization of younger people,
Mm.
and it was an Asmongold Reacts video. Yeah, but
Excellent.
like I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it just made me sick to my
Yeah.
stomach because I was like, oh, this platform, because of course we want to target it because of the exposure, right?
Yeah.
But knowing that it's really fucking up in certain ways, it's like, oh my god, like it's, almost being like housing to unsavory types. But anyways, we'll digress from that. We'll still try to, we'll try to clean it up. We'll try to drain the swamp or whatever. We'll fucking plug in. Yeah.
What is your
done.
YouTube name? It is Casual Cats Podcast. Fuck, we should know this, shouldn't we? We should know. We should know what the YouTube name is. Casual Cats Podcast. Yeah, yes, there we are. There's a little video I did out in the woods.
Gotcha,
And-
Galen.
Oh, we've got your old channel, The Leaky Piper, has some of our episodes up as well. Dear God, there
Right.
we go. Well,
I
I'll
think
have
that
to.
one's just leaky pipes.
Yeah.
I'm going to revamp that channel and put other stuff on it, but just
Right.
haven't got around to it.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Yeah, awesome. No, we appreciate the follow. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. You've never been on TikTok. I refuse. Same. I have a TikTok account for this podcast, and that is. I have a band too. Actually, I write and I sing and write and play music, and so I have one for my band and one for this podcast, but I don't have a personal TikTok account. Is this Galen's question you're answering? Which way will the painful world be destroyed? What's it saying?
Be a justice.
Justice.
Social justice. I shouldn't say that, but they've been destroyed by social justice. No, okay, so it's the 7 of the
Awesome.
major arcana. We're hitting a lot of major arcana today, which is, I mean, it's 22 out of 88, so it's, but it just feels that way. It's like,
Yes.
justice, so decisions and karma. Oof. With tails entwined, 2 cats look directly at you, waiting for. Oh my God, those are cats. They're the casual cats right there, the 2 of them.
Oh yeah, I didn't
Black
even think of that.
and white.
There you go.
They look directly at you, waiting for you to choose between them, which is right and which is wrong. Justice card implies a weight or heaviness surrounding a choice you have to make. Now is not the time to shun the concept of divine balance or karma. All of your choices affect your life, and sometimes the lives of those around you, for now and the future. So I guess this painful world is destroyed based on the question or a choice that you have to make. So maybe it's suggesting we all have a certain choice and we're all looking to make the right one, but if we don't, the world gets destroyed, or something. I don't know. That's deep. That's Galen's question though. Tails entwined, 2 cats look directly at you. The bulk of the thing, which is right, which is wrong. So the justice card implies weight. So there's a weight or heaviness surrounding a choice that Galen has to make, and now is not the time to shun the concept of divine balance or karma. So you have to consider those when you make this choice, and then all of your choices affect your life and sometimes the lives of those around you. So both now and in the future. So which way will the painful world be destroyed? I mean, I guess that choice is left up to you, Galen.
Once again.
And you have to
it's in
consider
your
the karma
hands.
of all the entirety of existence on this planet, I suppose. And anyway, you are a pretty constant Casual Cats viewer, so for those cats to come up, I think
There you go. What does it all
Or
mean?
the other thing is there's going to be a sick Justice concert, and we got to be there live because it's going to be the end of the
Justice.
world Justice
Just
concert.
concert,
But
yes. The favorite song. Yeah.
no, that's Daft Punk. Sorry.
I will try to help
Anyways,
you get
doesn't
some
matter.
subscribers. You guys seem cool. Thank you, Shelly. No, we really appreciate it. You're probably one of the first people that have come on actually and actually spoken to us at this length throughout the entirety of our streaming career. Just so you know, aside from Galen and some of our other friends who are from our personal Discord. So no, we appreciate it. We really do. Shiloh appreciates it. There you go. He's appreciating Papa right now. Big kisses.
He gives kisses. Yeah, he gives kisses. Oh.
This will be the Casual Dogs podcast soon between Shiloh and Edgar. Yeah. Going to a 3-day rave for Halloween. Oh my God.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, this sounds fun. Yeah,
3
God.
days. 3 days. I remember Sunseeker was 3 days long. Sunseeker was a music festival. Had her tents, had your drugs, had your drinks, what have you. No glass bottles. It was like a hippie festival, and never. The only time I was worried someone was gonna get hurt was when my friend did too much coke, and he thought that he paid a guy for cocaine. That the guy like took his money but didn't bring him the coke. But what actually occurred is he never gave the guy money because he didn't have his wallet on him at the time, but he just like thought he did. And he was walking around saying he was gonna kill this guy, and I was like, "We are in trouble now." He didn't.
Don't
But other
do
than that, it
don't
was a
do drugs.
great-
Don't do cocaine. Yeah.
Don't do cocaine after 36 beers in the Sunseeker, you know? Like,
Yeah. Cheers, Jesus
Like,
Christ. Yeah.
again, whipping his head around because you had strings and stuff tying the tents, hold the tents together. He's like talking to my other buddy about this. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. And there's this like string, and he keeps whipping his head around. It's like throwing the tarp all over my tent. Like, oh my god. That's where I discovered dubstep. Actually, oh my god, I wish I remember the artist's name. Oh my god, what's his name? It's like Jeff W. Watson. I don't know if he still does music, but you know he again, it's pretty cool stuff. And then this was like way before Skrillex, before I knew who Skrillex was, and I remember just being amazed. And yeah, there's probably a little bit of the drugs because there was like this weird green like insectoid Decepticon like visuals that would come out with like the weird sort of sounds which were all new. So it became very enamored with dubstep after that. And you know, and then of course it kind of falls off because it's like I think its popularity maybe diluted the amount of people that were actually good at making it, sort of thing. I don't know if that's too strong. Any like dubstep lovers? You going to rave? I don't know. Maybe there's other people. I only said Skrillex right now, so I mean, I guess I don't really have a broad span of the thing, but yeah, 3 days. Yeah, you gotta drink your water. You gotta mix your drinks light. I messed up on that one year. We went 2 years, and my friend mixed me this drink, and we were doing what have you, so just didn't really notice or whatever. We were just kind of partying hard or whatever. And I'm not a heavy drinker, but I'm pretty sure he mixed it like 60-40 with liquor, which is not nowadays. After I'm a grown man, it's like that could be a weekend or whatever. But I wasn't ready for it at that time. Shut me down. But I didn't get sick. It's amazing. I can't imagine I didn't like get sick or fall or. Yeah.
Sick Kick.
Be careful.
Speaking of sick, have you heard Shaley saying, have you heard Sick Kick? I have not. I actually just looked him up. He's got wearing like a cool mask. That looks familiar though. No, he's dubstep. Okay. Now I'm very much out of the loop in like new music, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, same. I don't know. I've been listening to Radiohead's In Rainbows for the past 3 times that I've listened to music, which is like
we're stuck in like 2008 still.
We are, yeah. My iPod has like Dispatch on it. It's like I haven't even listened to a Dispatch song in 8 years. I'd say maybe, and yeah, I don't have iTunes on the computer actually. I haven't plugged it in. Anyway, yeah, yeah. I got a Dragonflight ad when I opened up this guy, so we'll check him out later. But
he's Canadian. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. Oh, Toronto. Oh, he's 33. He's pretty much our age. Actually, no, he's 2 years older than us. He's going to be 34 or 32. But iPod. Yeah, that's an old term.
Yeah.
That's an ancient. You're giving away our ages here. Yeah, we're giving away our ages.
It's a nano. It's an iPod.
It's a nano. The fucking nanos from like fucking 2006. What the fuck?
Oh, man, it's such a futuristic sounding name. It must be newer.
When did it come out? Though. Discontinued in 2017. So, are you actually still using a nano?
When I use it, so I don't know.
Where is
if I mow the lawn, I've got like a JBL clip or whatever. It's in the living room.
It's crazy. It still works. See, they used to be They used to be like better back then, like the quality. Now I got my new fucking iPhone like 2 years ago. No, year and a half ago, and I dropped it once and the screen broke. Literally the day I got it, it was a work phone. Actually, my work bought it for me at the time when I was working. And I dropped it and the screen cracked. The phone I replaced, it was like 5 years old and the screen cracked after like 5 years. And I drop my phone all the time. I don't know. It's part of like the autism. But it pissed me off. I was like, man, like, Christ. Everything is just made to break now. It drives me insane. But that's amazing the Nano is still working. Like, Walkman, yeah. LimeWire, I think Crendel was trying to say. I remember LimeWire. We all remember LimeWire in those days and the viruses that came with LimeWire. Me downloading Blink-182 concerts. Actually, that's, in regards to music, Blink-182 has reformed with Tom DeLonge, which is amazing. We just watched a documentary with him. He was all about the UFOs and stuff, but I guess he's decided to kind of get a backseat to that and get back into music making. So I was a huge Blink-182 fan as a kid. I grew up listening to them, so I was kind of excited about seeing them get back together. The banter, I love their songs, but I always loved their live music. They were just so goddamn funny. So yeah. Oh, they're coming to Toronto. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Yes, fucking sir.
Yes, that Sick Kicks guy looks pretty cool. Or sounds pretty good. I remember another guy I used to listen to. My friend Zach was showing them. It's Excision, I think it was. It was like Shambhala, the 2009 Excision mix. I think that was the one that I fucking that was my jam for it's like a 3-hour thing or whatever. But yes.
Alien Ant Farm.
Yeah.
Oh my fuck.
They're gonna be gonna get DMCA'd.
Yeah, probably. Oh my god. Oh, Crendel, I was gonna say his real name. Now that you hear it, what's a tarot card reading? We did one before, but it didn't really work. What do you want? Ask us a question. Decision will be here for. Where is this, Shaylee? We mind you ask her. Are you in Canada or are you in the States?
Silence while we wait, too.
Yes, I guess we're like 15, 20 seconds ahead too. I think with this stupid thing. So, 2 months ago, as far as fabulous. Oh, nice. It may be 30 seconds actually between on because we're multi-streaming, and it may be longer than that. I don't know.
In the meantime, I'll ask about Elden Ring DLC.
Utah. Oh, nice. Okay. All the video game questions, huh?
3 of Swords. Betrayal, heartbreak, and turmoil. Oh no. A dark, complex card, the 3 of Swords is rarely a welcome sight. Its wrath may come in the form of lies, betrayal, cheating, or heartbreak. There will be emotional entanglement, confusion. Do not try to make any decisions while in this state. Wait for your heart and spirit to mend. Is it gonna be bad? Elden Ring's gonna be bad DLC?
Was that in regards to Elden Ring, or was that in regards to Crendel's question?
Oh no, that's gonna be Elden Ring. That was Elden Ring DLC. So, does the size of my manhood affect my ability to be manly? That's a yes or no. I think, but I can reword that to what effect does the size of Crendel's manhood have on his manliness?
Let's see what it's gonna say. I'm excited. The cards have been good tonight. Cards have been good to us.
We got the Daughter of Cups. A little chicky duck.
The Daughter of Cups. Uh-oh.
Daughter of Cups.
What's it gonna say? Uh-oh.
Creative and emotional. So
there we go.
Does that mean you got to get creative, or else you're gonna get emotional? I don't know. Creative energy abounds from the Daughter of Cups. She's romantic, artistic, and easily inspired by her surroundings. A true dreamer by nature, she struggles to stay grounded or to deal with any harsh realities that come her way. Conflict of any kind is very disturbing to this gentle creature. Um,
Is this in regards to Crendle's partner? Does it sound too
that
bad?
was what effect does the size of Crendle's manhood have on his ability to be manliness? Or has a creative and emotional effect. He's easily inspired by surroundings. A true dreamer by nature.
All right, give
Struggles
the
to
answer.
stay
Yes, I
grounded.
know the answer.
The answer is not good. Conflict of any kind is very disturbing to this gentle creature.
Maybe draw another card. Should we draw another one just to like? This might be a two-parter here.
A two-parter. The next card would be the Six of Pentacles, which we've seen today. We're going willy-nilly with the this one here. Where's Pentacles? Oh, that's the bottom one here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cease. Prosperity, growth, and generosity. The Six of Pentacles indicates that your long-awaited fruits are ready for harvesting, bringing more wealth than anticipated. Make sure you're generous during this bountiful time. This card can signify generosity coming from someone else. If this is the case, accept it, or accept the help with grace and put the resource to good use. Yeah, that's hard to on the manliness. Third one.
Dear
We
God.
do a pass. Okay, so the third one is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's a spider in its web. And this was, I guess, oh, well, we already had a unique one with the Daughter of Cups, but the Eight of Pentacles.
What would it say?
Craftsmanship and skill. The spider is a true master of her craft. She weaves against all odds with skill, intricacy, and confidence. The Eight of Pentacles requires a similar approach. Hone your skills. You are close to finding mastery.
Hone
at
your
craft.
skills. There you go. That's
Just strive for it. Pay
Hone your
attention to all the
fucking skills,
details.
bud.
In some cases, this card made
Yeah.
means you need to find a new hobby, something you truly enjoy. Start a project, become good at it. So
Hone
we
your
have-
skill. That's what we can take from this. And what is this all? What's the summarization of all these cards?
We have creative, emotional, Daughter of Cups as that would be the past reading. So any effect that the size of the manhood had on his past would require him to be creative or emotional.
Tie it all together.
The Four of Pentacles was, forget this one. Do you remember what this one was?
No.
It was mundane because we already seen it.
Yeah,
but,
it was kind of I'm sure it ties into somehow.
Oh wait, we didn't read the Four of Pentacles.
You can
right?
fish for some lucky charms. That'll help out.
Oh, I guess we didn't read the
growth.
Pentacles, right? We must have read something else. Oh, we read the Seven of Pentacles, didn't we? No, we didn't. What did we read?
The 8.
Prosperity, growth. Oh, we read the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, the Four of Pentacles is actually possession and control. So that would be, this would be current, and then the spider would be future. So the current
Okay.
effect would be possession and control. The Four of Pentacles first suggests material gain and stability. Only good news for your bank account, and home. Yet underneath the surface of this card is a warning: do not become possessive or controlling. Holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept. So, in terms of manhood, that would be the warning is not to become possessive or controlling over the effect that you're the size of the manhood.
Loosen that grip.
Yeah,
God
and then
damn
the
it.
final one was Skier, the Eight of Pentacles, which is craftsmanship and skill. So then the future, Master of Craft here, weaves against all odds with skill, intricacy, and confidence. The Eight of Pentacles requires a similar approach. Hone your skills. You are close to finding mastery at your craft. To strive for it, pay attention to all the details. In some cases, it means you need to find a new hobby, something you should learn. So it's suggesting there may be something new you have to embark in and hone your skill at that in the future. But currently, I guess what we can say for reading is that you're almost you're almost complete in the uh in your journey of having the size of your manhood affect your manliness. It
That
looks
was,
like you will be
yes.
coming around to a master of uh mastering that aspect of yourself in the future. So whether it be a positive or negative thing that you're going through, um, yes. Did Discord close on me? No, it didn't. Okay.
Not each
Yeah.
thought. Well, that was very in-depth reading. There you go. You can take that and bring it to the bedroom, and Mrs. Crendel can assess how far you've come.
How far you come with your new skills.
Your newfound skill set. Yeah. Holy fuck, bud. You know what we should ask Dak is what's up with the Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries? Like, what is up with the obsession with these horrific serial killers? Like, is that a question? I think that will work, would it not?
So I could do what effect will the um it's so it's not Netflix who's really at fault. It's the protagonization of the serial killer, as I like to call it. There's got to be an
Mm.
actual word that could use, but it's like the glorifying of it in a sense, or the rewriting the character to make them likable, so that the audience will continue watching the show, which is basically just like depicting their kind of gross uh antisocial hobbies, I guess is what you almost look at it like. So, I mean, my question to it would be like, is this trend of glorifying serial killers in media, um, like how is it how will it affect the future generations if un fought against un not fought against, but what do you call it, regulated, unregulated by someone. So if we unregulate the production of media that glorifies the acts of serial killers in the way that is done in Jeffrey Dahmer case on Netflix, what effect does that have on our future generations? Because really, it's the kids that are growing
Well,
up.
sorry. Could you just say what effect are these documentaries potentially glorifying these serial killings
Well, I
having?
think the interesting thing is though it's not a documentary because it's a rewritten reenact. It's a dramatization. So the
Okay.
documentaries
Yeah.
like
Yes.
can be
Yes. Yes.
fine
Yeah.
because they will be like, this is the person, this is what he looked like. He killed him in this way, and it was pretty fucked up. And he played. But with the dramatization, it's like, oh, this is the person. Here's a little insight into his mind. He liked this guy maybe, and he thought
Hmm.
maybe like it's just like I don't know. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, what effect are the dramatizations having on our society, next generation? Father of Pentacles.
It's a
That's
sick one.
I think that's his
There you go.
father, son. Steady entrepreneurial. Father of Pentacles is a steady, gentle man. Upon first meeting, he can almost seem dull because of his extremely calm temperament, but underneath is an incredibly passionate man who prioritizes the stability of his job, family, and home. He is entrepreneurial and diligent at work, a true pleasure to know. That is just seems very positive. Um, I could say it leans, I could put it leaning towards the know your enemy aspect of these things, but I can't, I don't know about the dramatization. So maybe it's sort of stating that there will be um because of the controversies around them, there will be like those who seek to what's the word? like expose the dramatizations as being like almost false, and then that
Yeah.
will cause people to fall into a belief that kind of like what we had, as kids, where it's like don't believe everything you see on TV almost, but like specifically to like these dramatizations or whatever.
Mm.
Steady entrepreneurial. The entrepreneurial thing is basically says that, oh, there's a lot of money to be made um, in this. He's a steady gentleman. Upon first meeting, he can almost seem dull because of extremely calm temperament. So
That's how
kinda
Jeffrey
funny
Dahmer
yeah,
came
that
off.
sounds like
Yeah.
that sounds like Jeffrey Dahmer right
Kind of
there,
fucked
right?
up,
Like,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
And underneath is an incredibly passionate man who prioritizes the stability of his job, family, and home. So I don't know. It's about the
Jesus.
future of our generation. If that's suggesting that like the dramatization of these will potentially, I mean, because like a lot of the, I guess it could be argued that there's some sort of cathartic release in the watching of these things. Not maybe not cathartic, but one sort of like you're fulfilling an excitement that you're not really getting out of life if you're kind of like making yourself realize or consider the existence of like true enemies or whatever. Like, oh, there could be like, we don't know your neighbors, blah blah blah, but
Yeah.
not that like building paranoia for that sort of thing would be proper or healthy, I think, but yeah, it could be like it's fulfilling this sort of need for excitement, which we're all starved for or something.
Right.
And
Yeah. Well,
and then
I think dangerous people are exciting. There's an alluring element to dangerous people, and the more dangerous someone is, probably the more intoxicating it is. Hence why like a lot of people, men and women, like write to some of these serial killers in prison, like confessing like their not their love for. I guess some of them confess their love for them, like with the love letters and stuff, but almost like it's kind of like an appreciation, like a worship of them. But like they were willing to go, like Charles Manson famously, did he get married in prison or something like that? Like something happened like that, like where like he was, he still had followers even after everything all came out about what he did, and so it's fuck. We watched a fucking movie about that not that long ago. Oh my fuck, I forget what it was. It was like.
oh, that was it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Is that what it's called?
Well, actually, yeah, that it was that. There was another one where they get like trapped in time and shit. Like the people got trapped in time, and they went like to this cult leader, and like there was an alien, and the alien was like creating these little time loops where they couldn't die. Fuck, I terrible with movie names, terrible. But anyway, it was another cult related movie we watched recently. But yeah, no, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I just rewatched that scene yesterday where they come in and Brad Pitt's there and he like, whips a fucking can of dog food at the girl's face and like breaks her nose. I was like, it was pretty. I don't like. I don't know if this is even a sexist thing to say, but like oddly, but like men committing violent acts against women. Like at one point, he took like this redhead girl's face and he was just slamming her head off the side of this fireplace, and I was just like,
It's Tarantino, I think.
yeah, well,
isn't it?
yeah, I know, and he's like edgy,
Yeah.
and the whole thing is like it's just these are bad people generally, like he's killing her, but I was still like,
Yeah.
no, it's just kind of fucking like,
Yeah.
but
He's
isn't
boy.
it? It's weird though. It's probably just like a male reaction, but like when the dog went and bit the guy's dick, I laughed. Right? Like, but when he's smashing the girl's face off the fireplace, I'm like, but that would be an extreme thing for anyone, like just man or woman. Like, it was a pretty gruesome fucking scene. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all of it was still entertaining to some degree, as disturbing as it was. But yeah, no, yeah.
I'll be right back in the dishwasher.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, I can fix him. Fix who? Oh yeah, Gail, we missed here. Does the size of Crendell's manhood affect his womanhood? Oh, well. Yes. So remember like the fall background that I chose here? You can't see. There's actually a... Oh, fuck if I can move it. I really dug this. There's just like a... You can't even... Can I zoom in? I'm fucking this whole thing up. But there's... it's a man or a woman, I can't tell, but they got like a sword and they're crossing a bridge, kind of like a fantasy fall background here. But yeah, we definitely, I dig doing these kinds of podcasts. Typically, this is a philosophy podcast. We're both philosophers. We talk about, metaphysical things usually that are kind of like woo-woo stuff, like tarot card readings. But I like to do something like this again. This would be fun. Like maybe we get do like a psychic reading. I've known a couple psychics around the city where we live. I highly doubt they would be willing, even if we paid them, to come on the podcast and do readings for people. But there's two that I know of that are there's one that I went to go see that was full of shit, and then there was one I haven't seen that I know is decent. It's a she. They're all women. They all tend to be women too. And this woman I saw, did I see her twice? Or I think I saw her once, but she was really good. She did a reading for me. It was very moving. It was legit. I mean, you're always skeptical of these things, right? But yeah, I'm psychic. Are you actually Shaylee? Do you do readings and whatnot? But I think I think any artistically inclined people, there's an intuition to people that make art. And I think the act of making art is a form of channeling, right? That's my theory on it as an artist who written songs and stuff like that. That's something like it's all related. But do you actually? Oh, okay, cool. Like how do you because there's different kinds of psychics. So there are, and I didn't really know this, but the psychic I went to go see, it kind of freaked me the fuck out actually. She went into like some deep trance and she started like channeling all this like stuff, like babbling all this stuff. And then she kind of like went into a trance after. And I was expecting more like a Long Island medium psychic. Like she just like comes up to you and says, "Oh, your grandfather says hi." Like she goes up to the guy behind the fucking salami thing in the supermarket. She's like, "Your grandfather says hi." Like, that's what I was expecting. But she started going like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, please help me." Like she had this whole thing she used to, it was a bunch of, she said, "Listen, I'm going to say a bunch of weird stuff," but it was something that she used to induce herself into a trance. So, yeah, I guess what kind of psychic are you? I think there's different kinds. I don't know what categories it falls into though, but I've been told that. But yeah, I was just saying, Leaky, we should. Shaylee was saying that she's psychic. Intuitively, I also have cards and use a pendulum and am a medium. No weird trances or anything here. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. All right. On. Okay. Yeah. Intuitively. Yeah. Okay. Fuck trances. Yeah. 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 It's very trippy. It's disturbing. Actually, and it gets even more disturbing when they start channeling someone who you lost and they're sounding identical to them. That's what happened to me, and it was a very traumatic experience actually. So no question that only you would know. Oh my God, I don't even know. I don't know. Yes or no question that only you would know. I guess, like, give me an example, like, about, I'm terrible at stuff like this. Like, a yes or no question that only you would know. Oh, well, no, but that's not a yes or no question, though.
Favorite.
Kendall. That happened. Oh, no worries. Yeah. Shit happens. That's what's your favorite whiskey? Yeah, see, but that's you can't, I don't know, you can get that low. This is the thing about psychics in general is, and as a philosopher, like, people tend to be very harsh. I'm going to ask my pendulum. Oh, okay. What's the last thing you coom to? It'd be something like you would know. Oh my God. Oh God. Ask my pen. But only I would know. So like, how would I phrase that to where I don't give it away? Or if it's a yes or no question, Leaky, like how would you phrase that?
Okay, so yes or no that only I would know.
Ask me a yes or
Okay.
no question that only you would know.
Um, uh, okay. So that night I went down to the end of my street,
Oh, here we go.
drunk, and played ukulele. Was I crying?
Was you crying? Okay.
Something only I know.
Try to respect. Okay, respect. All right, appreciate that. Read on you, I won't say in this setting because I believe it is more personal and whatnot. It's not bad though. Try it. Okay, no, right on. I appreciate that. So we can see what. What were you crying? Yes or no? Okay. That is. I'm excited to see what's going to be said here. Um, can you say that once more? Say it again, and yeah, say it again. We'll get a fucking answer here.
Okay, so the night I walked down to the end of the street drunk with my ukulele, and played songs in the uh the vacant lot there, while doing a burn because it's what I would do. Was I crying? I guess I've done that. I only went out once with a ukulele. Maybe oddly specific, but
Because I think you're a bad liar. I'm not asking my pendulum. So she's saying no.
she's saying no.
She's saying no.
Oh, okay. No, I was rather depressed. I was crying.
Oh, you were crying. No. Oh no.
It was, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I was just having a bad night.
Bad
And
night.
I was
Too
and I
much
was singing
herb.
songs, and I was singing songs, and I was singing Bob Dylan's God on Our Side, which is a song about how the victors write the history books. And I get emotional sometimes when I'm both playing music and drinking. And yeah, fucking
Papa's tears started flowing.
yeah.
The devil's
It's
lettuce.
I've
Run it out.
I've had depression through my entire life, not to bring the stream down or whatever, but so it's
Let's
not.
go
I don't
down
see it
there.
as like I don't see it as a very dark thing. Don't feel bad for
Yeah.
me. It's like I'm fairly used to like emotional
Tears in the
episodes or
chat.
whatever. Tears in the chat
Tears in
for
the
Leaky.
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy
No,
fuck.
I'm pretty used to crying. It's not a big deal anymore. Cried a lot.
Yeah.
You cry a lot by after your 20s, I think, or like by the time you're in your 30s. So, but and I gotta tune that pendulum up. I think maybe.
No,
Tune her up.
the pendulum wasn't in that one.
Oh, the pendulum wasn't in that one? Okay.
She didn't think just from the way you phrased it. I think the way you phrased it was, it was almost like you were gonna say just no. I think, but ask one more, please. I've been a person in my life. Ask one more.
Okay.
Crying is
that-
healthy. People should cry. I should cry more. I don't cry.
Yeah, I'll do. Like I have like. It's a release, right? It's a release because you get like balled up emotions and stuff, and it shouldn't be like looked at as like a negative thing in society. You eventually like, you have to kind of like let it out. It's better.
No.
Actually, like not crying is abnormal, and it's one of like it's on some checklist for something.
Repression. You can be repressed.
Repression,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think all sensitive people, yeah, all of us that probably battle depression. It's all sensitive artistic people battle that kind of weight. Will I ever learn how to understand and express emotion? Okay, well we can use Crandall's question. Is that a good question, Shaylee? Will I ever learn how to understand and express emotion? Is that an adequate question? I don't know. Or is it's more like specific? Maybe you need to know like whether or not something happened. Like, speaking of depression, it should not be an uncomfortable bed. No, it should not be at all. No. It's funny. It was shamed. I remember when we were kids. Like, it wasn't. There was no mental health stuff whatsoever. And now it's everywhere, and it's good. I guess that it is. But are you a Cancer, Jim? Oh, for new astrology. No, I'm not actually. I am a Taurus. Tauros. That is my sign. I don't know what I'm a Tauros, but someone told I don't know much about astrology, but I'm a Tauros, and they called me a Cuspian. A Cuspian. I thought they called me a lesbian. I was like, what? But a Cuspian, and it said I'm close to Aries or whatever. So I'm like a Cuspian, but I'm a Tauros, like Aries. If you do the necessary work and face your demons, then of course you will. It is not an easy path, though. I love astrology. Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but yeah, I'm not that well versed in it. I like the origins of astrology. I'm big into ancient history. My whole meme is I like going back into ancient history, and April 28th is my birthday. I like ancient history. I like the origins of astrology and all the different astrological signs and the study of the precession of the equinox and how that is represented in a lot of ancient architecture. And I'm interested in how that came to be because that's very complicated stuff that ancient man didn't really have any knowledge of. And yeah, that stuff, that's all relevant to my interest, definitely. The origins of all of the different astrological signs and who named them all, who brought it all together, and who incorporated all of these, all of this math, essentially, in ancient architecture. That is something that is very relevant to my interest. So I know a little bit. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, I absolutely do. We had a podcast, Shaylee, probably, it's on our Spotify. It was probably, what was it, 2 podcasts ago, Leaky? It was our theories of everything. So as philosophers, I have my own. Yeah, we kind of have our theories of everything. And in mind, I guess, I guess mine has to do, I mean, again, in a more academic setting, like in universities, philosophers, they don't take a lot of this stuff seriously. They write it off all as woo-woo. Like my old prof that I was under didn't really take. I think he kind of secretly was interested in this stuff, but like kind of downplayed it. But I definitely lean towards like metaphysics and new and old metaphysics. New metaphysics would kind of be like your past life stuff, like afterlife stuff. If you, I don't know if you've ever heard of this person, Shaylee, but my own kind of theory of everything revolves around a guy named Michael Newton. He was a psychiatrist. There's your psychologist and psychiatrist. He was a he was a psychiatrist, and he wrote a book called Journey of Souls. And I think that is probably the closest thing to absolute truth, potentially, that you can get here. I think he touched on a lot of stuff that, again, you can't prove it. You're not going to be able to walk up to a material scientist. You're not going to be able to go argue this to like someone like you could argue like a mathematical equation like 2 + 2 = 4. But it is you know who he is. Okay. So I study sociology and psychology. Oh, cool. Yeah. Right on. I took psychology too, a little bit of it, but yeah, no. Michael Newton was, he's passed away now, but yeah, his work is amazing. He's legit, and I wish more people took him seriously. A lot of people didn't. The American Psychiatrist Institute, whatever they're called, they took him seriously. Actually, I think they took him more as like it was more as just like kind of like healing stuff, like just like they weren't really that interested in like whether or not what he was relaying was true, but just that he was providing like spiritual help to people. But I think that book is I think very deep insights in there to the nature of reality, honestly, as well. And I think there are lots of scientists who have an interest in these things on the side. But I was in a coma on a ventilator for 3 days when I was 19. I wasn't here. I was dead and remember every second. Oh, do you really? Okay. Yeah, no, there's a lot of people who have life after death, but near-death experiences, or I guess complete almost death experiences, what you're saying here. And they bring bits and pieces back from those experiences. I've never had that. I've had like out of body experience once when I was a kid. And that definitely kind of shifted my perspective. Well, I guess I was pretty young, so it kind of shaped my perspective, didn't shift it. I'm definitely reading it. Okay, yeah, Journey of Souls. He's got a whole book series, so it's it's an incredible book. But yeah, and that's from a philosopher. There's someone that thinks about. I think about these things a lot, and I thought about these things a lot, and it's very good. Back or not? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're glad you came back. We're glad you chose to come back and subscribe and hang out here tonight. Leaky, you've had get the hood up now. You've had some astral projecting in your time, whether drug induced or.
I've had lucid dreams. I haven't astral projected.
Well, you tried to once, didn't you?
I tried a lucid dream. Tried to do a wake induced lucid dream.
Okay.
So like, it's just the standard practice of just trying to maintain like kind of like an active psyche while your body is falling asleep, and it's difficult to do because of just like your body goes so many days just being like, I'm tired now, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then all of a sudden you start telling it like, no, our brain's gonna stay up, like we gotta think. So like you get failures, and it's a struggle, but yeah, it was kind of cool. I was getting into a routine, and then the lizard person showed up or whatever's kind of one day brought with it this like extreme onset of like fear, and it kind of spooked me out of the practice, I would say. Not so much like, or it's just like, this stuff's stupid. Like, it's not. I was like, this stuff might be a little more than I want to be fucking around with. And so, I just kind of got spooked. And then, despite wanting to, attempt lucid dreams again, that sort of method is kind of scary. I mean, I can even get like, there's this. It sounds like weird, but I guess it might work. If you're a person who can shake your eyes, and if you are, you know what I mean. But like,
Fuck yeah.
like if you can shake your eyes, that for some reason, I've found it's like if you have a wild imagination or something, or like one that like will just kind of like run away into things, it's like it will hold it. Something about like it like maybe like stimulating the optics nerve or something. So like your visualization is kind of held in stasis, and then you can sort of perform your visualizing of whatever recurring rhythmic pattern you're gonna do to try to kind of move yourself into that sort of like lucid state, move yourself through the sleep paralysis and stuff. So yeah, and it's in the threshold. It was in the threshold phase where so what's reported, and I've experienced it like lightly. Some people will experience like really intense vibrations as they sort of move like into the sleep paralysis state. And then of course people will experience their name being called and stuff. I've had the name hallucinations, and I've had just minor vibrational feelings and stuff. And it's weird. I get them in like sections. So one method is to imagine that like from like head to toe you're a container, and then you're like a hollow container, and then you're filling up from like feet upwards with this like paralytic liquid that's going to like hopefully induce the sort of sleep paralysis that you're aiming for. And so what would happen is I would get the vibrational sort of feelings during that. Shallow?
You get some questions here. Are you a Cancer? Leaky?
No.
Or Aquarius? What is your sign? Do you know your
No.
sign?
I am a Gemini.
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 And I'm a 6 of clubs. What does that mean? I don't know.
Gemini.
When is you're in May, right?
Gemini. Yep. Gemini.
Oh.
Gemini.
The gem of my eyes. Oh my fucking god. Oh my heavens.
Okay. There's a TikTok. They're doing these they do these memes of like stopping people and asking what the quote of the day is. The guy's like, I had to bust in my eye to see how far I came. And he walks
Oh
away.
my heavens. That is cardology. What is cardology now? Cardology. 3D pop-up cards. Oh, sorry. I'm clicking on all these things I should be clicking on. What is your birthday, Mr. Gemini? Can you see the chat, Leaky?
No, which chat is it? YouTube or something?
Yeah, we'll have to get it so you can see it's a multi-stream. I'll have to try and share this with you. Yeah, I've noticed it. We'll see it. What day is your birthday? What is it? It's May something.
It's near the end of May. I don't know if that's TOS or not.
Oh, you can't.
Does it specifically matter? Is the next question my social insurance or my address? As long as it's not. As long as it stops there. It's in the last. It's one of the last 7 days of May. If it's just like a proximity thing that you're going for, how about that? That works. Okay. Yes. Last
Astrology is
half
quite
of May. Last quarter.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So it's a form of astrology using playing cards. All right, I've never done that before. Well, I think we are at, so Leaky, we've reached the 2-hour mark here. So I think we'll probably begin to wrap this up, I think. So we're actually, Shaylee, and for anyone else watching, this is a recording for our podcast here. So we have a couple different formats on our podcast. The credit info, yeah. And this is one of the different formats we record for. So, yes, we will probably leave it here, I guess. So we appreciate everyone stopping by. We appreciate Shaylee. Thank you for stopping by. You're a new viewer here today, so we appreciate the conversation. We stream every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Yeah. And we do a couple like just regular podcasts. I'm actually in the midst of uploading one we did last night. It was a little bit windy, so I'm trying to edit the audio a bit so it's not too obnoxious. So we stream here Thursday nights 8:30 p.m. and we do some on location stuff, and we're going to be planning to do our own individual streams a bit more through the week as well, I think. So we'll kind of be on here more. But yes, you too. We appreciate you coming by. Galen too, Krendel as well. Thank you guys for coming and supporting us from the Discord. So,
And remember, while people are here that are new, I am considered myself somewhat of a dungeon master, and we'll be doing dungeon master workshop streams. I've done 2 already. We're going to be making adventures and just streaming in hopes that some players will trickle down my way, and we can do some short one-shot adventures on our faithful Twitch there, just as like some fun stuff. We'll have like a little bit of a ranking system too, but that all that information will be in our Discord there, which is somewhere in the buttons, I'm sure. Or just you can check me out at the Leaky Piper /Twitch TV or whatever whenever I'm on. It's probably later in the week or something, maybe Friday. I'm not sure. We'll see. It's on a shifting schedule, so it's any time. You get about 45 minutes warning in the Discord, and then I'm up working on the adventure. But I'm throughout the day if anyone actually wants to join. Hit me up.
yes, sir. And for anyone watching this on Spotify, thank you for listening. Please continue the support. We're going to be putting merch out soon. Please, God, help dig us out of this hellhole that we have been living in financially.